Clara was 38, a high-powered executive living in Berlin, known for her steely focus and signature navy suits. She rarely took vacations. Work was her escape. But when a mild heart flutter landed her in the hospital, the doctor gave her a strict order: rest. So she did something she hadn't done in 20 years. She returned to her childhood village near Lake Königssee in Bavaria. She arrived in a rented BMW, rolling past fields of wildflowers and stone cottages with flower boxes. The house she inherited from her grandmother stood just as she remembered: wooden shutters, ivy-covered walls, and a quiet that pressed into the soul. She planned to stay a week. On her second morning, she met Greta, a 70-year-old widow who ran the tiny bakery across the square. Greta had known Clara as a child. "You used to steal my raspberry rolls," she smiled. Clara laughed. "I still dream about them." Greta insisted Clara take one free. "For old sins," she winked. That small act led to daily visits. Greta would sit with her in the back garden, drinking chamomile tea, telling stories of the village. Stories Clara had long forgotten. One day, Greta handed Clara a dusty envelope. "I think this is meant for you. Your grandmother left it with me." Inside was a letter, yellowed and fragile. "Meine liebe Clara, if you're reading this, it means life has slowed you down. Good. You needed it. You've grown strong, but don't forget where your strength came from. There is more to life than building towers of success. There's also building places for people to belong. Look behind the shed. I left something for you there." Clara ran outside. Behind the old shed, beneath a loose stone, she found a small iron key. She searched the house until she found a locked drawer in the attic. Inside, a photo of her grandmother standing beside a young Clara, both covered in flour. A deed transferring ownership of the bakery to Clara. A faded journal filled with her grandmother's recipes, thoughts, and one line written again and again: "A life is not measured by what we build, but by who we feed." Clara didn't return to Berlin that week. She didn't return the next week either. Months later, tourists in the village would whisper about the elegant woman with city hands, who now served bread with her sleeves rolled up, flour on her cheek, and a peace in her eyes that no office in Berlin had ever given her.